Hi everyone, my name is Doriana. Welcome to my house and welcome live with L'isola della Stories. People, places, culture, history, architecture, photography, gardens, food, cuisine, wine, and anything is worth the value to be shared or discovered in Sicily, in the south of Italy, and in Malta. Every week on Wednesday at 6 p.m. GMT plus 2, noon East, we are on air with a new topic and a special guest. So here we are with episode 2. And what's the story today? Picture it. We are in Sicily, in the heart of the Mediterranean Sea. Our story takes place in the eastern side of the island, in an area that is named as the plain of Catania, southward the city towards Syracuse. The plot is around a garden, Il Giardino del Biviere, that sits in a place rich in history and mythology. In fact, legend says that Hercules, son of Zeus, wanted to bring the pelt of the invincible lion that he had defeated as a gift to Ceres, the goddess of agriculture. Having arrived at the area where the goddess lived, he threw the lion's pelt on the ground and water gushed out, creating a lake in his name, Lacus Herculeus. Over the centuries, the lake and the surrounding districts changed their names to Biviere, meaning watering hole for cattle and fish farms. Today, I'm delighted we can explore the garden and its intriguing story with a lovely woman, Virginia Borghese. Hi, Virginia. Welcome to L'isola Bella Stories. How are you
Hi,
doing? How's your
hi,
quarantine?
hi, Dariana. Hi, everyone. And I'm fine, thank you. Today is a very warm day. It's like summer.
It's like summer.
And yes, it's crazy hot. And my quarantine was fine. I used the more time I had for explore more the gardens and all of the plants around me, and I learned a lot from nature, and was a very sacred time for me.
Very
And
profitable, I would say.
yes,
So,
yes,
guys,
yes, and
let me introduce Virginia first. Virginia is the wife of Gian Giacomo Borghese, son of the Princess Scipione and Mickey Borghese. After he had lived in Rome and in Palermo, Scipione and Mickey moved to eastern Sicily and settled at Il Biviere in 1968, right, Virginia?
yes, exactly, yes,
And at Il Biviere, they put down roots and began a long, tiresome but very rewarding journey at the estate. I remember Miki telling me once that at the very beginning, Il Biviere was a sort of nightmare. She used this word. It was a sort of nightmare, and it was
yeah,
everything but the heaven that it has become.
yes,
Now, as we know it, and with many visitors, among which we can name the Queen Mother Elizabeth I, who visited back in 1988, Prince Charles in 1990, and I think also the King and the Queen of Belgium. Virginia, can you tell us more about the story of the garden and how it has become the beautiful place that you are going to show us today?
yeah. The garden has such a unique story and a full of love story because yes, where now there is this beautiful Mediterranean garden. Once was a lake, a huge lake, which was drained in 1930 because of malaria appear here. So it was decided to drain the lake, and all of the water of the lake was drained from 1930 until 1955. And what remained here was just a land full of soil and nothing more, nothing else. There was no more water, but there was also not a plant, not a tree, nothing except in pebbles and dust. So a very desolated place. So when my mother and father-in-law arrived here, what they found was something really not beautiful at all. And at the first time, they were a bit discouraged about what we can do, where we can start, But I think they had a strong vision of what this place could become, so they decided to try, decided to put all of their energy into this place in order to transform it in something much more beautiful. And especially my mother-in-law, Miki, she had no idea of she had no botanical
Background.
knowing background. Yes, absolutely. But she had a strong sense of beauty, and she started to try to plant a flower, a tree, and see what happened. But just for with the idea to make much more beautiful this place for her family, not for visitors. She had no idea of it. And what happened was that in 10, 15 years, the garden came up, and the garden was wonderful. And at the point that the Queen Mother asked for visit the garden, so my mother-in-law thought that was a joke, but was not a joke. In June 1988, Queen Mother arrived here, and was you can imagine, it was something really
Very
special,
exciting. Very
Yes.
British and very exciting.
Yes, unbelievable. And from that moment, my mother-in-law said, okay, maybe if Queen Mother of England likes the garden, maybe other people too. And so she decided to open the door of her garden to other people. And since that moment, the garden is visited every year from people of all around the world, and really appreciate it.
And that was a very happy decision for all of us, for the
Yes,
beauty,
indeed.
for the beauty basically that 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 is all around the place. So thank you very
Yes.
much for this decision.
Yes, of course. Yes. And it's a very an example for me of what the people can do if for transform a place into something much more beautiful if they put love and care
Exactly.
and yes, attention
That makes the
and
difference.
and
That
if you
makes
have
a huge difference. Passion and love um, really make a huge difference.
yeah, 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 and it's something to take as an example. I think,
Exactly.
no?
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
So tell us more about the garden. We want to see
Yes, I
more. We
bring
want to
you.
see everything. I'm so curious. Well, I know the
Okay,
place.
so come with me. Okay, so come with me. Okay, this is the entrance to our garden. So I make a little panoramic to for you. And this big tree you can see here, it's a Ficus macrophylla, and it's a huge tree. I don't know if you can see how huge the tree is, but it's very very big, and it was planted here in 1972, so not a lot of time ago. And it's very beautiful because it has some roots really big and out of the soil, and really beautiful to see this movement. And okay, so you have to imagine when my in-laws arrived here, there was not a plant, nothing, excepting this big tree you may see in front of us, which is a huckleberry tree, and all of these cypresses along the side of the church, and these Spinus molle, false pepper trees. All of the plants all of the other plants were planted here since 1968 on, so not so much time. This big house you can see here was the fisherman house, because this lake was very rich in fish, so very important also for the economy of all the land around. So this was the fisherman house, while the one on the back was the inn where the hunters would spend the night. And this is a little chapel, St. Andrew's Chapel. St. Andrew was the saint patron of fishermen. And it's a very beautiful church. So you have to imagine that here was a sort of a little village once. And the village was close to this lake. Uh, Here, where now I'm walking, where you can see now the grass, the grass field, once was water, because this one was the port, the ancient port of the lake. But before we enter here, I want to show you some big cacti on the wall. They are all from Cereus family. Here is a big Euphorbia canariensis, and the other are from Cereus. The two smaller, I don't know if you can see from my phone, but are from Pachypodium family. And these are lemons tree, which now are in bloom. And here was the ancient port of the lake. So,
Virginia,
see,
sorry to stop you, but there
yes,
are questions coming. A first question,
yes, please.
a first question is from Alberto. Alberto lives in Malta and is asking, can we spend a night in there?
We are working for it. We
Okay,
are
that's a good
work in
news.
progress. Work in progress.
That's a good news.
Yes, yes, yes. We will be pleased to have you. And okay, here is a platinum. Here is a yucca, a big yucca, which is called Yucca elephantipes because of the shape of the trunks, which reminds the elephant's legs, as you can see. These are two jacaranda trees. They become full of purple flower, but in June, so it's early. And and here there is a small arc. This is a super geranium with shant. It's the leaves are rich on this fragrance. Amazing! There is a fragrance here. I would love to to give you some of this
I guess
fragrance.
I guess now there is a booming of flowers and scents all around.
Yes, it's something really powerful. How nature can be really vibrant and wow, fantastic. This bell you can see, you may see here, was a
Yes?
bell that was took from the fisherman, no, from a man, a person, for in order to call of the fisherman from the lake to come back into the port in the evening. So this is another jacaranda. This is a big bougainvillea.
It's a magnificent place. Every time is a pleasure to go there. And this is the
Yes, there's
entrance of the main house, right?
yes, yes. There is a magical atmosphere here. This is a big agave called Agave fulcrea. It's a beautiful agave, and this is a cycas. And this is a beautiful Argentinian tree called Ceiba speciosa, which is also called palo borracho, which means drunk tree because of the shape of the trunk, which is like a bottle, and inside there is water. It's a succulent plant. So the stones allow to the plant to defend from animals, insects, and And here we can enter into the small museum where you can see some photograph, all the photos. Okay, I hope you can see. This is
Yes, yes.
the
This is how it
okay.
was in
This
the
one is the
past.
this is the ancient port where we walked, and we are now here in this house where before was stored the woods for the fire. And here you can also see this jetty and the lake, and this is where we are now. So this is the fisherman house. And also here you can see the entrance and the port of the lake with the
The
boats
small
and
boats.
yes, the water. With the this is the fisherman house. So
It's
really,
incredible. It's incredible how the willing of the people, their passion and their love can transform in a very radical way a place. It's really amazing to
yes,
see all of this.
yes. They had a strong vision. They really imagine very well what they wanted to create. And so my mother-in-law create the garden, while my father-in-law create a citrus farm. And also the farm is wonderful. It's very close to us, and we cultivate blood oranges because only in this specific area blood oranges can grow. So we are organic and biodynamic. So everything is very close to nature in this place and also in the farm. I don't know if you can hear the birds.
Yes, really, we can. We can. And it's amazing. It's an
Yeah, it is
amazing sound.
because it's difficult to give you the atmosphere of this place because I think that is very the energy of this place is what it makes this place unique.
Yes, it's
Very
a perfect
fascinating.
place for meditation, I think.
Yes, for yoga,
Yoga,
meditation, nurture the whole self.
yeah.
The body, the mind, the spirit. This is a carob tree. This is another ficus, big ficus.
There is a question from Carlotta asking if you organize some didactical visit for schools to learn about the trees and the history of the garden.
For schools, it would be nice. I never had the pleasure to host some schools here, but would be nice for me. Would be wonderful. Okay,
What is
this
this
is
plant?
this plant is I love it. It is called Tabebuia ipe. It's a Brazilian and Argentinian tree, and it's a very medical tree, full of properties, very used from ancient population in those places. And now it's in bloom, and it is from a Bignoniaceae family. So the flower you can see like the bignonia, and it becomes full of purple flower.
It's nice to see all these amazing colors all around. All the different shades of
Yes,
green and mixed with the full palette of colors. It's really incredible. This is one of my
yeah.
favorite flowers, actually.
Yes, it looks like a bird. It's
Yes, the bird flower. How do you
Strelitzia.
call this flower?
I call it Strelitzia, but I don't know in English really.
Sterlitzia.
Actually,
Hi, Karen. How do
Strelitzia.
we call Sterlitzia in English? Do you know the proper name? Not asking you, asking one of the follower. Karen, she's from New York.
Okay, she asked for the name in
No,
English.
no, I'm asking her. Okay, she
Ah,
said
you
that
are asking her. Okay,
yes,
sorry.
she said that the name the name is Birds of Paradise, the name of the flower.
Ah,
Birds of
what
Paradise.
a beautiful name.
Yeah, that's very suggestive. Thanks, Karen. I appreciate.
Yes, thank you. This is a Dracena Draco tree. It's a very particular tree. And now I want to show you a bougainvillea explosion.
Those pinkish is incredible.
Yeah, there's a cascade, a pink cascade, which is really
It's really impressive.
impressive. Yeah, yeah. And this is a bignonia, which is very beautiful too, and it's
And
now
that's
in bloom.
the area just behind those flowers is the area where you organize some brunches, right?
Yes,
Lunch.
exactly. Yes, lunch, brunch, aperitif, and events, cooking classes, and
That's
many
a place
others.
we used
This,
a lot of time with the Metropolitan Museum of New York. Do you remember?
yeah, yes, very well. This was a boat of the lake, which now we use as a pot, but was a boat, and it was called Quarara, and it was a boat of the lake. So you have to imagine all of you see was water, water, water. So incredible.
So
This
the
is
amount of work they did is really huge.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is an anchor, a Roman anchor, which was took from the Sea of Tuscany by my father-in-law, and he bought here, and he put here. It looks like a sculpture now, and here is a sage in bloom, and all of these stones are from the lake, so we use them. Oh, this plant is now starting bloom. It's a callistemon. Know, you maybe know it. It's a very beautiful plant.
What's the name of this plant?
Callistemon.
Callistemon. It's
And
very
now
hard,
this,
it's very difficult to remember all the botanic names, I guess.
yes, 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 it is. Yes, yes. It's not easy.
Not easy at all. So Alberto says, let's organize a nice wine tasting over there,
With pleasure.
which is not a
Yes.
bad idea at all, actually.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. It
And,
would
and
be very nice
Barbara
for you.
and Barbara says this garden is huge and wonderful.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I would love to host you in person here when it
Okay,
will be
Karen from New
possible.
York says I'm in.
Yes.
And Giorgio says nice memories of the good days. So,
Thank
I
you.
mean, there are a lot of people that actually know the place and they are still in
This
love
is
with it.
wonderful.
So that's
So
that's great,
you can
actually.
recognize. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, maybe there's too much wind, so I.
Virginia, put the mic just in front of your mouth because we cannot hear you. You- Okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay, fine.
Okay. Okay. Faccio vedere così. Okay. So there are some people who already visited the garden.
Yes, yes, I can see there are a lot of people that already visited the garden. So the thing they are following
That's
us today means that they really love the place and they really are in love with the place, as
okay.
I am actually, because this is one of my favorite places in Sicily. It's such an amazing part of our history, and it's a pleasure always to visit the garden and to visit you and all your family.
Thank you, Doriana. Thank you so much for your kind
So
words.
Uberto says this place is amazing.
Thank you, Berto. Yes, it is. It is. It is.
There's a lot of history, lot of green, and a lot of stuff actually to say. And I would invite everyone coming to Sicily to visit the garden and to spend some time with Virginia, because she's really a lovely host, and it's a pleasure always to talk to her. And
Thank you.
and she's so involving, and she can really give you a lot of passion and a lot of energy while you are in the place. I know because I have experienced it, so I can really testify what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying. Would you like to add anything more about the garden, Virginia?
I think I told you the main things, and I just want to. I don't know. I just would like to let you see uh, another little of of the guard. Another is this beautiful place here. This is goddess Ceres, the goddess of the lake, and I only want to add that I will be really pleased to have you again for who was here already was here has been here, and to host the people who never see the Biviere Garden, and to let you see in person all of its beauty, and to feel the atmosphere which is here. And today, my mother-in-law, who created this garden, turned 90. So it's a very
Oh, it's
special
Mickey's
day.
birthday. Happy birthday,
Yes,
Mickey. Happy birthday. So it's a very special day for
yes,
the
that's very,
family.
yes, very special. So I'm very glad for this experience with you today,
Thank you very much, Virginia. It
and I
has
hope
been
you
a
enjoy.
very nice conversation. Thanks for sharing your
Also for me.
passion for your garden with us. I'm sure we will see Virginia again very soon, maybe with a cooking class. Why
I
not?
hope so.
Why
Yes.
not? Why not?
Yes, why not? We
Why not?
maybe will have some surprises for you.
Yes, yes, yes. We are working for you guys. We are working for you. So,
Yes.
grazie Virginia. Thanks
Grazie a te,
everybody
Doriana.
for
Thanks.
following episodes 2. I'll let you hear Isabella story next Wednesday. We will have new stories um, on Facebook, the Palermo experience. Our guest will be Barbara De Gaetani, a friend, an art historian, and one of our professional guides in Palermo. Grazie, a presto
Grazie a
everybody.
voi.